Alright guys, here we are, Season 2, content update, Predecessor patch, version 0.6. Let's get right into it. Normally I go in and I will pre-read the patch notes, but not today. Not today. Season 2 special. Season 2 we do it on the live recording. Patch releases tomorrow at 12 GMT. This update will result in a period of downtime, likely a few hours, due to the size and contents of the patch. This may change. Keep an eye on socials. Welcome to season. I can't wait for this to not work tomorrow. I cannot wait for this to not work. Welcome to Season 2, champions. We're kicking off the season with a bang. Version 0.6 brings with it a new hero, the first iteration of our replay system. Let's go! Competitive nights. Okay. Rewards for Season 1. Let's go! Balance changes, let's go, and more. Let's start by talking about balance. Our focus with this patch is to help build in a longer time to kill, or TTK, but we want to set expectations that these changes are by no means the single silver bullet that'll deliver our TTK goals. So, sticking with the not wanting to hot water, cold water balance, which I do like. What we're delivering in this update is the first step of many directed specifically towards the carry role, for now as their damage output has been the most problematic. As a result, elements such as critical strike damage and hero basic attack scaling are receiving a reduction in power, interesting, alongside decrease in potency for many carry items too. To compensate, however, we've shifted some of the damage towards abilities to facilitate clearer trading patterns and windows of strength. Interesting. This may seem counterproductive to our TTK goals, but alongside targeting a longer TTK, we also wish to complement this by better defining power windows that reward intelligent positioning and smart ability usage. As always, we'll be reviewing all the data and the feedback, as well as making further balance changes with this additional goal in mind. I like this. And fear not, it's not all nerfs. Let's go. There was a peppering of other adjustments to heroes such as offlane/jungle centric Richter buffs to open up his role diversity. Oh, Feng Mao mana improvements to help grant him more of a presence on the map. And even similar for the Phase Harvest Nettle's ability to make her aggressive playstyle more rewarding. All of this sounds wonderful. While many changes are still cooking in the Omega ovens and will be rolled out in future patches, the ultimate balance goal is to progressively shift towards a higher TTK environment where unique hero ability interactions and windows of power are better defined, leading to more tactical, engaging, and rewarding combat encounters. This is a lofty goal, and we realize it may take some time to achieve. We also anticipate some growing pains as we progress towards these goals from patch to patch. Rest assured, we will be keeping a close eye on how things are going and will respond swiftly to any undesirable results. Which, to be fair, that's kind of how all of Season 1 went as well, which I prefer. Again, I've played Smite for 7 years. I know what hot water, cold water balancing does. It's not great. I don't know if League is known for the same thing. I prefer this. Your feedback is vital in helping us get this right, so please do take the time to join the official Predecessor Discord or subreddit where you can leave your feedback and suggestions for the teams to read. With all that said, there's still plenty more to come in Season 2, so stay tuned, and we'll see you out there on the battlefield. Ray, game designer. Thank you. That was a nice little intro. A new hero appears! FaZe! I love her little, demon backpack guy. The Psychic Stray FaZe is the newest support hero joining the Predecessor lineup. Her telekinetic talents allow her to psychically connect with her allies, all while skillfully manipulating the battlefield in her team's favor. Abilities. Essence Chrysalis. Okay, I remember, one thing about FaZe from my time, the short time I spent playing Paragon, and it's that she can pull her team, and I still know that's a thing. Essence Catalyst. Effect. After FaZe finishes casting ability, she gains 20 to 37% attack speed, 10% magical damage on hit, and 5% and 5 mana on successful basic attack for 3 seconds. I'm gonna be real. I'm assuming this is a flat 10 plus an additional 10% of her magic damage, and then it's dealt on a hit on basic attacks for 3 seconds. The 20 to 37% attack speed, I don't know what determines this. This is confusing. Pulse Bullet, ranged basic attack dealing physical damage, as most are. Physical, or Psychic, I keep reading it as physical. Psychic Flare, or her Q. 13-second cooldown, going down to 9 at max level. Cost 60, going up to 80 at max level. Blast a fire of psychic energy around phase and her linked ally, dealing 75, going up to 235 at max level, plus 70% magical damage. Enemies take 20% damage from a second flare. There's supposed to be another word here. It's supposed to say magical power or physical power. I'm going to assume it's magical power. Enemies take 20% damage from a second flare. Targets hit that are also facing the flare are blinded for 1 second, scaling up to 1.4 seconds at max level, so she does blind. Okay. Energy Lance, that's 1.4 seconds where you can't see. That's crazy. Energy Lance, or her E. Cooldown 20 seconds, going down to 14 at max level. Cost 80, going up to 120 at max level. Effect, channels a beam of pure energy, dealing 40, going up to 120, plus 40% of her magical damage over 2.5 seconds. Each instance of damage applies a stacking 4% slow that lasts 0.8 seconds. Upon reaching 8 stacks, the target is rooted for 1.25 seconds. The next instance of damage, excluding Energy Lance, will deal 40, going up to 120, plus 40% of magical power as magical damage to the target. So, this is very similar to an ability that R2 has in Smite, and I really like this ability. I think this is fun. I don't know if she originally had this. I believe she did, but... Telekinetic Link, or a right mouse button. Pull cooldown, 24 seconds, going down to 16 at max level. Pull cost is just a flat 50 at all levels. Effect, applies a link to a targeted ally, granting them 2, going up to 10 physical power while linked. Just flat. Okay. If reactivated, Phase will pull the linked target towards her. This link will be broken if the target goes out of range or if Phase gets hit by a silence or hard CC, excluding a root. Interesting that it breaks on that. Okay. Hyperflux, R, or her ultimate. Cooldown 120, going down to 90 at max level. Cost flat 100 across all levels. Effect, Phase overcharges herself and her linked ally, granting both 60, going up to 120% at max level attack speed, and 110 going up to 120% movement speed. Plus an additional, 10 going up to 20% at max level Omnivamp for 8 seconds. Oh my god, she gives 20% Omnivamp? Oh, that's strong. And I realized because it's a buff, it has to be strong. This is very strong. But... like, I get it, because, like, in theory, the reality is you're trading off, like, whatever, like a Narbash ult, which is, like, a big AoE slow and then a knock-up. You're trading off a Richter ult, which is fucking, like, what, a 2-second stun? Major improvements. Season 1 rewards. The first season of Predecessor has officially ended, which means it's time for you to collect your end-of-season rewards. Your player level, when the patch goes live, will determine the rewards you'll receive as follows. We already know all of this, but I'll go over it anyway. Player level 10, Countess EA Season 1 icon. We get a nice little image of that there. I actually kind of like it. Level 20, the Purple Hex Countess skin. Level 30, Kira Early Access Season 1 icon. I also like that icon. Level 40, Occult Kira skin. Level 50. Plus, you get 300 platinum per every 10 levels. Platinum being the in-game currency that you have to purchase with real money. With the start of Season 2, your play level will be reset. We will release more information about Season 2 soon, including the much-anticipated roadmap, so stay tuned for more. Unfortunately, we don't get roadmap yet. Comp Nights. We're excited to introduce Competitive Nights to Predecessor. Starting April 27th, we'll be opening up the Competitive Nights queue for 3 hours every Thursday evening for Europe and NA East regions to participate. Players need to form a party of 5 and go head-to-head against the most skilled teams in the game. All players will start each week with the same matchmaking score, so it's a great opportunity to see how high you can climb on the leaderboard before the week is out. Grab 4 friends and get ready to compete in the ultimate test of skill and teamwork. This might be interesting for, like, actual teams. I probably won't touch it. Replay system, which is in beta. This week, we've added the first iteration of the much-awaited replay and spectator feature. With this feature, you can now watch back recent matches, thank God, as well as matches your friends have played. Ooh! The goal is to empower the community to create more content and support community-run events. I will be using the shit out of this. Currently, the replay keybinds are not displayed in-game, but will be in the future. For now, you can find them listed for both mouse and keyboard. I will need to... I'll probably download this image. This is the first implementation, so we understand that it might still need some polish. Please do share your feedback to help us make the feature as useful as possible. Public API! We're excited to announce that version 0.6 will see the official release of our public API, which has been developed with the support and collaboration of several community partners. The API provides community developers with the necessary tools to create new applications and features that support, expand, and enrich both Predecessor and the wider community. Starting tomorrow, these initial community partners will have live access to the public API, which will become more broadly available for other developers in the coming days. Look out for a separate blog post for specific details on how you can gain access and use this functionality for your own tools and events. As always, our team would like to extend a massive thank you to the community members who helped us deliver this feature. We're excited to see how it's used. Cool. Community event, The Hunt. We are pleased to announce that a special profile icon featuring Kira, the winner of the first community event, The Hunt, has been added to the game. All players will receive this reward upon logging in. I actually like this profile icon as well. This is probably the one I'll use. Thank you all for taking part in this event. As with everything during early access, we look forward to expanding and improving on community events in the future, and we hope you'll take part in the next one. Ooh, okay. Another update means more skins. The following new looks are available in the available now in the store. Is that true? Or is this supposed to be when the patch goes live? Opaline the Fae. Alright, I kind of fuck with it. Shadow Link's phase. Oh, I know it's just like a recolor, but goddamn, I'm buying this immediately. Grand Oracle Severog. He's just different colored green. Other improvements: change Sparrow's portrait to help her stand out, improved map collision, improved the way the target abilities snap to targets. Recommended items now include tonics. These items will now be suggested when at full build. Thank you. Improved some visual effects on Sparrow's bow, toned down some visual effects on some heroes from closer to the camera, adjusted animations for Belka's Seismic Assault and Kira's Mercy. Oh? Did they make it look more like she's actually using an ability? Various map improvements. Oh, balance changes. This is going to be a long one. General changes and fixes. Critical strike damage. Carries specifically have a tendency to dish out too much raw damage in the later stages of the game, once they have their crit builds online, so we're hitting the damage multiplier of critical strikes. While this won't entirely resolve TTK feeling too fast for many players, and it is purely a crit-centric change, this is the first step of many towards redistributing damage away from basic attack potency and elevating damage windows through other means. Basic critical strike damage decreased from 165 to 160. That's kind of actually relevant. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is it's super relevant. Basic attack scaling adjustments. We're redefining the way basic attacks scale with bonus physical power for many heroes. In essence, all heroes have a basic attack scaling, which increase their basic attack damage as they acquire more physical power, as any other ability might. But until now, this information was not clearly visible to players. Oh. While we already use this mechanic in several places as a balancing lever for many classes such as mages to reduce their effectiveness when committing to physical power builds, encouraging them to stay within the general confines of their archetype, leaving them unaffected when built conventionally. We believe there is a greater opportunity to provide differentiation between heroes and their basic attacks through these scalings. Likewise, we want to provide greater transparency regarding this mechanic. So the updated basic attack scalings will now be reflected in the ability tooltips so that players can see the impact these ratios have on their hero, and therefore make the more informed itemization decisions in-game. This is super nice that we're getting access to this information finally. The end result of the critical strike damage and basic attack ratio adjustments is that heroes and classes who invest in physical power and or crit will see a general reduction in their basic attack damage output as the game progresses. better pulling them in line with our TTK goals. Balance adjustments via ability tuning have been granted to many heroes that that are heavily impacted by these changes in a bid to better define their trading loops and general gameplay patterns, with the intent of rewarding smart ability usage and playing to each hero's strengths further, as opposed to relying on raw basic attack damage to run down an opponent. This makes me question what that means for Sparrow, a character who is almost entirely auto attack focused. Basic attack scalings have been adjusted for various heroes, and those affected listed below. Ability descriptions for all heroes now state their base basic attack damage and basic attack damage from scaling. Countess down 10%, Crunch down 10%. Oh, sorry, hold on. So I didn't realize they were going to put everything all together. Hero balance changes. Countess, her auto attacks are going down in 10% scaling. Crunch. Oh. Am I? Okay, yes. Crunch. His left mouse button is called Crunch? Really? Okay. Bonus physical power scaling decreased from 890 to 80, so his autos are lost 10% scaling. Cross Crunch, his passive physical power scaling increased from 10% to 15%. Magical power scaling increased from 10% to 15%. Sure. Drongo has a... Okay. There's a whole novel of changes. His left mouse button. Basic... I'm just going to start calling it his auto attacks. His auto attacks. Bonus physical power scaling decreased from 90 to 80. Gas Grenade, his Q. Radius decreased from 350 to 300. Rad Rounds, his E. Cooldown decreased from 14 at all levels to now 14. Dropping down to 10 at max level. First Shot decreased from 40 going up to 120 to now 40 going up to 100. The cooldown decreased though. Damn. Old Rusty, his right mouse button cooldown changed from 9 going down to 7 to now 10 going down to 6 at max level. Mana cost decreased from 60 going up to 80, now to 60 across all levels. So that's just like a straight up... That is 100% a buff starting at like level 2. Shrapnel Cannon, his R, his ultimate. Base damage increased from 170 going up to 425 to now 200 going up to 450 at max level. Physical armor shred duration decreased from 8 to 4 seconds. Self knockback distance decreased from 1000 to 800. That's a huge hit to Drongo. A lot of balance changes on him. Feng Mao, base mana growth increased from 50 to 55. His auto attacks based physical power scaling decreased from 90 to 80. And his shield mana cost decreased from 60 to 50. So he actually got weaker, but his ability to stay on the map longer has improved greatly. Gideon, his Q, Cosmic Rift, magical power scaling decreased from 70 to 65%. Void Breach, his right mouse button. Physical power scaling increased from 55% to 60%. So just moving the power on his combos? Okay. Rux, base mana growth increased from 40 to 50. Wow. His auto attack bonus physical power scaling decreased from 90 to 80. Double pane right mouse button total physical power scaling increased from 110 to 120. The double pane buff is nice, and definitely that's a huge mana buff for Grux. Howitzer, his Q, R2000 missile, power scaling decreased from 75% to 70%. Kalari, auto attacks down 10%. Chimera, auto attacks down 20%. Oh. Chimera's Unleashed Q, scaling increased from 35 to 40%. Cleave increased from 50% to 70%, so drastically helping his jungle clear. Ambush, right mouse button, damage increased from 50 to 150 at max level to now 60 going up to 160 at max level, so a buff there as well. That'll help Chimera. I feel like he had kind of fallen off, but that'll help. The base auto damage going down is... This does help his... I was just reading, it does help his offline, actually. Kira! Auto attacks scaling down 10%. Her Q damage type changed from magical to physical. Interesting. Added 30 going up to 50 base flat damage to it. Base our damage per additional stack decreased from 16 going to 40 to now 10 going to 30 at max level. Scaling per stack increased from 20 to 25%. Max damage changed from 96 going up to 240 to now 90 going up to 230 at max level. This is ultimately another nerf, which the base damage is there, but like the fact that she loses her magical damage output's not great. I think this is all around a nerf. Shadow Glide E lockout window decreased. Mercy lockout window decreased. Lieutenant Bellica, gold on destroy. No, my emote's ruined. Gold on destroyed void drone decreased from 20 to 10. I have to edit my emote on Twitch. I know Pinzo has an emote too, but I don't think Pinzo has the number in it. Shit, I have to remake my emote. No. Murdoch. Auto attacks, bonus physical power damage scaling decreased from 100 to 90. His Q static trap root duration decreased from 1.25 to 1 second. Radius decreased from 150 to 135. Oh my. Stimpack slow immunity removed. Buckshot damage. Fall off range decreased from 60% to 50%. Damage increased from 75 going to 200 to now 75 to 215 at max level. Total physical power scaling decreased from 112.5 to 162.5 to now 110 to 150 at max level. Cooldown decreased from 14 to 10 to now 13 to 9 at max level. What did we do? Why did we kill Murdoch? Oh. I get people hated playing against him in offlane, but like, dude, okay. Okay. You know what? I didn't want to see Murdoch ever again anyway. We've murdered him, it's fine. Narbash, bonus physical power scaling on his autos decreased from 100 to 90. Who'd have thought? Huh? Phase, telekinetic link. Her right mouse button. Link targets gain 2, going up to 10 physical power based on link level. Was this something in the reveal that didn't exist? And people noticed it, and they've added it? Interesting. Rampage auto attacks down 10%. Revenant, base kill gold gain decreased from 50 to 25. That's fit. Wow. Bonus physical power decreased from 6.5 to 15, now down to 5.75 to 10. Obliterate Q, base damage decreased from 50 going up to 130 to now 40 going up to 120 at max level. Range decreased. Oh my god, they reverted the range. Oh, rapturous day. They should have done this forever ago. What? Range decreased from 1750 to now 1550. Hellfire rounds, right mouse button. Critical strike multiplier changed from 140 up to 175%, now to 145 up to 170%. Stronger early, worse late. Richter! Base health regeneration decreased from 1.4 to 1. Base mana increased from 280 to 320. Okay. Base mana growth increased from 40 to 50. Base mana regeneration decreased from 2 to 1.6. This is more significant to jungle. Having a higher mana cap but less regen is more valuable in jungle because typically you have a blue buff. Passive. Riot Shield scaling decreased, or increased rather, from 12% to 15%. Huge. Bonus, whip, his left mouse button. Bonus physical power scaling decreased from 100 to 90. Unfortunate. Electrocute E. Mana decreased. Oh, this is huge for offlane. Oh my god, and huge for jungle. Oh, he's gonna be so good. Electrocute his E. Mana decreased from 60 going up to 100 to now 60 going up to 80 at max level. Now deals 20% additional damage to monsters. Holy shit, did I just like play Richter at Hunt of Heroes and everyone was like, yo, Richter them? Let's let Richter go in the jungle more. Hell yeah. Severog. Auto attacks down 10% from 70 to 60. Siphon. Minion healing decreased from 10% to 5%. Sag. Shinbi! Biting Melody passive now applies a stack of track. Oh, it really should have always done that. And her autos are down 10%. That's nice. The Biting Melody passive, her enhanced auto, giving a stack now is actually really nice. Sparrow, autos down 10%. Steel. Shield duration decreased from 5 to 3.5, and autos down 10%. Faye. Harvest Nettles. Mana cost decreased from 80 to 60. And that's all the hero changes. So let's jump into items. I'm seeing there's a change to Sentry Rewards. Sentry's uptime has proven a little too oppressive for ward denial as of late. While there are various areas that we can improve, we're simply cutting back on Sentry's uptime. Duration down from 15 to 12. Crests, Consort, Guardian Keeper, Warden Crest. Passive gold per charge decreased from 25 to 20. Evolve gold required decreased from 300 to 240. Okay. Brutalax. Physical power decreased from 25 to 20. Health increased from 125 to 200. Purifying Rage attack speed removed. We nerfed Brutalax? Okay. Eviscerator. Rending strike scaling decreased from 18 to 15%. Unfortunate nerf literally to just Sparrow. And Crit Kai, I guess. Liberator. Lifesteal decreased from 8% to 5%. Purifying guard shield level scaling removed. Pacifier. Adrenalized bonus damage can no longer critically strike. Bonus physical power scaling increased from 20 to 25%. Witchstalker. Physical penetration increased from 4 to 6. Omnivamp decreased from 6 to 4. I think this makes Witchstalker much more what it should be. Codex just gets a nerf. Dropping down from 15 power to 12. Why don't the items have icons? Ironwood Warbow. Physical power decreased from 20 to 20, or from 25 to 20. Attack speed increased from 10 to 15. Zap base damage decreased from 20 to 15. Ruthless Broadsword. Cost decreased from 1400 to 1300. Physical power increased from 20 to 25. Removed ability haste. Ooh. Okay. Absolution. Cost decreased from 3300 to 3150. Bravery damage mitigation decreased from 25 to 20%. Determined passive removed. I don't remember what the passive actually was. I don't play ADC. Breach. Cost just up 100 from 2900 to 3000. Demolisher. Up 100 gold from 29 to 3000. Lightning Hawk. Physical power decreased from 50 to 45. Chilling Zap scaling decreased from 75 to 50. Chilling Zap slow magnitude decreased from 30 to 25. Wow, what a hit. Kingsbane. Chaos damage type changed from magical to physical. Base damage increased from 15 to 10. Scaling increased from 10 to 15. Base healing decreased from 15 to 10. I mean, that definitely makes Kingsbane more balanced. It hurts the item a lot in a world where I feel like this item wasn't built a ton, just because there was some other options that were so overpowered. Resolution. Physical power decreased from 45 to 40. Sky Splitter attack speed increased from 30 to 35. Rend damage decreased from 3 to 2.5. Viper ability haste removed. That's pretty notable. Tainted Rounds. Wicked Strike's physical power scaling changed from 12% total physical power to 15% bonus physical power. Wicked Strike's physical power scaling decreased from 25 to 20%. Terminus. No longer grants shields on takedowns. Damn. Vanquisher. Physical power decreased from 50 to 45. Physical penetration increased from 10 to 12. Why did we give it the pen back? Okay. I feel like that's not great. And by not great, I mean really good for Vanquisher. Deathstalker. Cost decreased from 3100 to 3000. Physical power increased from 40 to 45. Ability haste decreased from 20 to 10. We're getting rid of a lot of ability haste around the map here. Basilisk. Health increased from 250 to 300. There was recipe change. Draconum physical armor increased from 30 to 5 to 40. Surge changed from dealing and receiving any damage from any source to dealing damage with basic attacks and abilities to enemy heroes and monsters. I prefer this change. Surge duration changed from until out of combat to 5 seconds. I'm okay with this. I think this item was meant to be more of an aggressive item. You played it on aggressive characters. It should have been an aggressive item. The idea that you are not the one who is triggering the item effect kind of felt eh. Tainted Scepter, Blight duration increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Okay. Cyan buff, XP growth per minute decreased from 20 to 15. Gold buff, health growth decreased from 90 to 70. Gold growth per minute decreased from 8 to 4. I actually kind of like this. These changes. Dropping the value of these two buffs. And a whole plethora of bug fixes. I will keep them on the screen here for a minute while I thank everyone for watching. Season 2 shaping up to be exciting. We're gonna get some more news today or tomorrow, I assume, with like the roadmap. And yeah, I'm gonna be posting a predecessor in 60 seconds or less in the coming days. I gotta get some gameplay on FaZe because it's gonna be for her. And that's all for me. Airs out. Peace. So I found this box, and I know what's in it, but I don't know if you deserve to see what's in it. Maybe you do, just because you made it to the end of the video. Oh, isn't it great? Look what was in the box. That's just awesome. Look at it. It's so cool.